Welcome if you're new, I'm Alyssia, and I am so happy you tuned in today. This is a special episode because I'm collaborating with one of my favorite YouTubers, Dani from Clean and Delicious. She shares tons of healthy recipes, tips, tricks, and tools to help you on your journey to being your healthiest self. She's got tips for families, kids, adults, and just about anything you could think of. She's been doing this for a long time, and I really admire her. We decided to celebrate this season by sharing healthy pumpkin breakfast recipes. Today, I'm sharing a pumpkin smoothie and pumpkin breakfast cookies on my channel, as well as one of Dani's recipes, her energy balls, so you get a sense of her amazingness. And then I shared my protein-packed pumpkin pancakes recipe without protein powder needed. Woo! That's hard to say on Dani's channel. So you'll get a mix of both of us in both videos. Once you're done here, head to Dani's channel to see her pumpkin recipes and my pancakes, and of course, subscribe to Dani's channel while you're there. Let's get to the recipes. We're starting with a pumpkin smoothie, but I get so many comments where people let me know they do not want to use banana in their smoothie and they do not want to use coconut, so this recipe does just that. In a blender, I start with pumpkin puree and then add frozen mango. Frozen mango is dense and creamy rather than juicy and watery like berries or apples, making it a better substitute for creaminess in a smoothie. You can sub about a half cup of frozen mango for 1 frozen banana if you want to try this out in other recipes. I also add yogurt, non-dairy works fine for vegan, milk, any kind of nut milk or dairy, maple syrup to taste, you may not need it if your mango is sweet enough, cinnamon, pumpkin pie spice, and ice cubes. Blend until creamy. Not only does that mango help with the texture, but it also keeps the pumpkin color vibrant and gives us plenty of natural sweetness. So fun for a cool breakfast or an on-the-go snack. Next, pumpkin breakfast cookies. You guys seem to love cookies, and sometimes there's nothing wrong with cookies for breakfast. I whisk together pumpkin puree, maple syrup, coconut oil, an egg, vanilla extract, cinnamon, pumpkin pie spice, nutmeg, and salt. Then I can stir in oats, pumpkin seeds, pecans, chocolate chips, or you could use cacao nibs if you really wanted to boost the nutrition and take away some sugar, and raisins. Transfer scoops onto a prepared baking sheet with space in between. It won't spread much when it bakes, so press them down slightly. Bake in an oven until beginning to brown and cool on a wire rack. Oh man, these breakfast cookies are too good. They're almost like granola in cookie form. Chewy with tons of great texture and variety. Sweet with a hint of salty goodness, and most importantly, nutritious. These can be stored in the fridge or freezer. Now, let's check out Dani's pumpkin energy balls.
Hello everyone in the Mind Over Munch community. I am Dani Spees from Clean and Delicious, and I'm super excited to be here with you and Alyssia sharing my pumpkin energy bites. Now the beauty of this recipe is that it's assembly only, so there's no actual cooking involved. Plus they're 100% vegan and great to add to your weekend meal prep because they will happily last in the fridge for up to a week and in your freezer for up to 3 months. So into a nice big bowl, I'm gonna combine 1.5 cups of rolled oats. Make sure to buy gluten-free oats if you want to keep this recipe 100% gluten-free. 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree. 1/2 cup of all natural peanut butter. Now you could really use any nut butter you prefer here. And if you wanted to keep the recipe nut-free, you could also do a sunflower seed butter. Then I've got 1/3 cup of maple syrup, 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon pumpkin pie spice, and a pinch of salt. Then 2 tablespoons each ground flaxseed, chia seeds, and hemp seeds, along with 1/3 cup of mini chocolate chips. And again, if you're keeping this recipe 100% vegan, make sure that you buy vegan chocolate chips. And then I'm just gonna gently stir this recipe all together until the ingredients are well combined. Now, what I love about adding these seeds to the energy bites is that it really gives them some staying power. They add protein, fiber, and healthy fats, which help to keep us feeling more satisfied after we eat. But do note, if you didn't have this variety of seeds at home, you could easily just swap in all flax seeds and you would still have a delightfully delicious energy bite. And also note, if chocolate chips are not your thing, you could do some chopped up cranberries or some chopped up raisin, maybe some shredded coconut or some chopped up nuts. I really want you to take this base recipe and make it your own. Once you've got all of your ingredients mixed together, you should have a nice hearty dough like I have here. If it seemed a little bit wet, you could just sprinkle in a few more oats or a little more flaxseed until it all comes together. Then what I like to do is I've got a rimmed baking sheet with a Silpat mat waiting for me, and I scoop about a tablespoon of the dough into my hands and just roll it kind of like you're rolling a meatball till you've got a nice round little bite, just like this. Place it on the mat and then continue until you've worked your way through all of the dough. Now from here, I like to take the tray and just let it set up in the fridge for about an hour, and then I transfer it into an airtight container, pop the lid on and store these in the fridge. They are awesome as a grab and go breakfast. They are great in lunch boxes, and they also make a rather delightful morning or afternoon snack with a cup of coffee or tea. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you all enjoyed this recipe, and I would just love it if you would come on over to Clean and Delicious, because we have 3 more pumpkin recipes waiting for you there, along with tons of other clean and delicious recipes. So cheers, my friends, and I hope to see you soon.
Those look amazing! I love keeping energy balls on hand for a quick snack or on-the-go breakfast. Thank you so much for sharing that recipe and collabing with me, Dani. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and now I hope you'll go to Dani's channel, Clean and Delicious. Link is in the description, and subscribe and watch her pumpkin recipes episode, which also share my protein-packed pumpkin pancakes. I know you'll love them. I appreciate you all being here. If you want more pumpkin recipes, check out my episode from a few weeks ago. I will see you next week, and remember, it's all a matter of mind over munch.